Well, hey, book lovers, welcome back to another episode of Young Adult Edition. Today is our Christmas party 2019. We are so excited to see all of you. Let us know, what are your plans for this Christmas? I am joined by my fabulous co-host, Elle Beaumont. Elle, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be a little bit better because I was under the weather, but I am excited for today's Christmas party.
I'm excited too, and I'm loving your look today.
Thank you. It's very festive with my...
It is, with your earrings and the flower. I love it, and your pretty Christmas background.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Unfortunately, our co-host Amber Ardul has a sick kid today, so she will not be joining us, but she is here in spirit hanging out. She's probably wearing an elf hat behind the scenes because I said so. And we want to hear from you guys. What are you doing to celebrate Christmas this year? We would love to get your questions answered as we're live. We're hanging out, having a party. We're going to talk all about book world news and new releases for this week in the YA book world. I'm one of your other hosts, KM Robinson. Let's dive in and talk all about our book world news today. I'm super excited about this one because it has to do with Young Adult Edition and a certain spinoff that I've been teasing for a little bit now. Are you guys ready? Young Adult Edition now has a podcast called Hey, I'm Writing. It will be available starting in January on all the major platforms, and we're going to be hanging out with some fantastic authors like Sarah K. L. Wilson, J.M. Sullivan, Zara Quentin. We're going to be hanging out with Amy Hale, all sorts of amazing authors that you have met and haven't met here on Young Adult Edition. We're going to be talking about their origin stories, how they got into publishing, what they've learned in the world of publishing. If you're an aspiring writer, a new writer, or an experienced writer, we're bringing all the tips for you. So come check us out, heyimwriting.com, and we'll be on all the major platforms starting in January. So stay tuned for more details on that one. And of course, we are super excited and joined by our fabulous co-host in the comments, hanging out with her kid today. She says we look so festive. Well, thank you. We are trying. We love the festive look today. We're really excited, and we miss you. We miss you. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk all about the new releases for this week. We're super excited for these. Check these out every single week. Our new releases are brought to us by @the Bibliophile over on Instagram and Facebook, where she drops the brand new releases in the world of YA, NA, and paranormal romance. Make sure you check her out over at the QD Bibliophile on Instagram and Facebook, and let her know that we sent you. And big shout out, our friend J.M. Sullivan has a brand new book out tomorrow. Make sure you are checking out Lost Boys, the sequel to her Peter Pan in Space retelling, second star. All right, let's dive in. We're celebrating today. We're talking all about those fantastic Christmassy things. And if you want more book world news, which I forgot to tell you guys, if you want more book world news, youngadultsedition.com/news. You can also join our team as a reporter over at youngadultsedition.com/join the team. And then you can check out our new releases at youngadultsedition.com/new-releases for more every single week. All right, let's dive in. Elle, talk to me about Christmas. Do you want to get into Christmas traditions?
Yeah, we can get into Christmas traditions. I know last week we kind of, well, at least I kind of mentioned Christmas traditions, but I was trying to hold off because I knew that this week would be really talking about those. But I'll start with one that is a Massachusetts tradition and then also a family tradition of mine. The Massachusetts tradition and friendship actually has, I think it's been like 80-something years. There's a friendship with Nova Scotia because we aided them during a fire and we were one of the first to send first responders. So to actually commemorate the long-lasting tradition and gratitude, they actually send us the biggest tree and ship it with like this huge entourage, and it's escorted to Massachusetts. Yeah. I can't even say it.
Representing.
I'm sorry. To Massachusetts. And like there's this ceremony and everything. I love it. It's something special, and that is the tree that is put up in the Boston Common. I didn't know that until a few years ago, and I think it's hilarious because one of my best friends is actually from Nova Scotia, so it's like a Massachusetts and Nova Scotia friendship again. So but that's one of like my favorite traditions to watch, and I love watching the live stream of the tree being escorted and everything. It is so, and there's a ceremony in Nova Scotia with the First Nation and everything, and it's really special. And then something for me, it's sad because it's going to be coming to an end this year because the place is actually closing. But I would go to this special shop every year with my dad and my siblings, and it had like a little diner inside, and excuse me, and we would pick out with like our allowance or money that we got from cashing in cans. We would pick out like a little trinket to gift on Christmas Eve and then eat. And the whole purpose was to get out of my mom's hair while she was prepping for Christmas Eve.
An important thing to do.
Right. Or probably doing like last minute wrapping. But that was something really special. But unfortunately, that gift shop is closing this year. So it's sad.
Yeah.
But what about you, now that I blabbed on?
Well, there's quite a bit of tradition around here. I'm from Pennsylvania, up in the northeast corner, and we are actually the place where the song Winter Wonderland was written. It was written about the Central Park in town, which is really cool. So we've got a lot of history going on in my town. So there's a lot of really neat things that you can do. You can go see. We've got a big cliff that was actually named after Washington Irving, who wrote Sleepy Hollow. And there's a giant star up on top. And so all through December, this giant star is lit up over the town. We love going to look at that, going to look at the lights. Every year we usually go to my dad's families on Christmas Eve and then my mom's family on Christmas Day. And we get to do all sorts of fun things. And this year I have a baby niece. So we get to do all the little baby things. I'm so excited. I might have overspent a lot of money on this child, but I'm really excited for it. And so we get to do a lot of really cool things in terms of singing and caroling and building snowmen and going to see all the lights. We've got this really cool park over in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which I'm right next to. And it's like this giant light display, and every year we go drive through it and they pump in music, and it's like this really cool thing. So I'm down for all the cookie baking, the fudge making. My grandmother had a fudge recipe that's like super, super amazing, and everyone knows it and asks for it for Christmas. So we always make fudge and we hang out with family and do all the fun things. So lots and lots of fun traditions for us. But we want to hear from you guys. Jump into the comments and let us know, what are your Christmas traditions and what types of things do you do when you are celebrating? And do you dress up like us? Just let us know. We would love to hear from you guys.
Now, do you dress up? Like, do you try to stay in like a holiday theme, or do you just wear whatever during Christmas?
Well, for me personally, I like to be kind of dressy and I like to be all cute. So if I could like wear the red dress and the Santa hats and do all the cute things, I would totally do that. But my relatives are so not those kind of people. So I just wear something cute. I try to like wear, red or green or some like Christmassy color, but not overdo it because they would have things to say about that. So for me personally, like what you see on social media, that's me. I like to be all fancy like that, but my relatives not so much. So I kind of like try to downplay it. How about you?
So during the holidays, I like to eat. So I try to, so this is something that I would actually like wear during the holidays. But I will wear leggings because I like to eat. So I need to allow for that growth to happen and be comfortable. So
I'm going to send you like Christmas yoga pants.
Well, I actually wear leggings. So like, and they're Christmas, like I have Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving ones.
You have it planned.
I do. I love leggings because they're so comfortable. You can sleep in them. You can go out in them. They're like I'm a mom, so you can't hate on me. Like
I like that was the contingency there. Like, I'm a mom, you can't hate
it. So I do like, this is something that I would totally wear either going to an event or going to my family, like a family event. Like I would totally wear this and
I love it. Montana's in the comments saying, my dad's side aunt cooks up a storm walk in the kitchen at your own risk. And my mom's side doesn't do much because of scheduling conflicts, so we do it after Christmas. Hey, girl, I hear you. Those scheduling conflicts are real. My Christmas stretches out for like 6 days. How about you, Elle?
You know what? It's kind of calmed down because everybody's family has kind of grown and they have their own family now. But it used to, my Christmas actually used to be a month long because I have a ginormous family and we would have to do like this huge loop around and we'd have to wait and we'd have like this Christmas party and this Christmas party. It would last until like the first week of January. Thankfully, it has quieted down and I can make my own rules now as an adult because that's just exhausting.
We always try to contain ours to like a week, but you know, people grow up and things change and you kind of have to adapt to it. I was actually under the impression I was going to have a fairly quiet Christmas this year. And then yesterday I got slammed and all of a sudden I have like multiple things to do every single day for a week and I'm not going to sleep. So Merry Christmas to me. We want to hear from you guys. How is your Christmas schedule? Do you like it packed or do you like it a little bit more quiet? Bonus points, let us know. Do you have any bookish Christmas traditions? I think I'm actually going to start a new one this year. My family doesn't know about it yet, but I feel like because I have a new baby niece, she's almost 1 year old now, I feel like every Christmas Eve we should read a Christmas book together by the tree. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. How about you, Elle?
You know what? I tried to read, no, I'm behind. But because I'm behind on life.
Which is the way.
But as a little girl, my older sister, she's almost 5 years older than me. She would read to me every night from December 1st all the way up to Christmas. And it was like a book that counted down to Christmas. And it was, I think it was a Jan Brett book, I want to say.
Okay.
And it was like the Christmas reindeer. I'll look it up. I'll put it in the comments. Anyway, it is the perfect book for reading to your kid at night, or if you have an older sibling, have them read it to the younger sibling, because it's like 1 page a night, basically. And
that's really cute. I like that.
It was so cute. I mean, I loved when my sister read to me at night. Like, I looked forward to it, and I'd just fall asleep listening to my sister read. And then she would also read on Christmas Eve, she would read A Christmas Carol. And I loved having her read A Christmas Carol to me at night.
Are you much of an advent calendar person?
Not really, because mostly it's candy now. But I would love to do a book advent. I think that would be really cool to have a book advent calendar. Because I'm all about books as a writer and as a reader. I have a huge, huge library. It is a legitimate library.
Oh, yeah.
But I love that. I think that would be really cool to kind of do as a craft in November even. I'm just throwing this out there because I'm like thinking this through. See if you can collect shoe boxes and kind of make a book advent calendar for kids or yourself.
Who needs the kids? We can do it for us.
I don't remember what book I bought and put in here.
Well, if you just go to like Book Outlet and just like buy 30 books, you'll be 25, sorry. I'm like, it's not a month, Cam. It's not a month.
We can round.
It's you go the 25 days and then you get the rest of them on Christmas. But yeah, no, just buy them all, shove them in boxes, and then mix them up, and you won't know which ones you're gonna get. So exciting, right? Hey, if you've got Christmas-related questions for us, we would love to get those answered. Go ahead and pop those down below. Or, if you happen to be a fan and you got a book question you want answered, we would love to answer those too. come at us with those questions. We'd love to get those answered. And we love hearing from you guys. Montana's in the comments saying she has a friend of the family who makes pillows and pockets to put books in for car rides. That sounds like a really cool Christmas bookish present to give out. Which words are hard? Sorry. Like a bookish Christmas present. That's really, really cool. Elle, do you have any like really cool ideas for bookish Christmas presents?
I mean, I'm always going to say candles because, hello.
Duh.
That's my thing. I make bookish candles.
Right here.
And candles are like the best gift for the most part because everybody makes candles. You love candles too, but you just
love them. Yeah. I love the unscented ones. For those of you who are new to me, I'm deathly allergic to scented things like candles. So Elle makes me unscented candles.
I do.
You do.
That's one of my favorite gifts to give, honestly, because to sound corny, they light up people's lives usually. So.
Oh gosh. Well, it's true. It is true. It is kind of like a warm, fuzzy thing to give at Christmas time as well. And there are lots of bookish gifts. If you have ideas, we would love to hear from you. Just to shamelessly plug Elle's candle business, she also makes chapsticks and all sorts of fabulous bookish things. You can do like bookish jewelry, which you guys know I love. It's all over my shop over on my website. There's like bookish crafts. You know, last year I showed you guys how to make snow globe gift card presents to give to people if you're giving them gift cards to bookstores or Starbucks or wherever. We talked about how to make bookish ornaments with the pages from books or covers of books and like all sorts of fun, fabulous things. So there's tons and tons of ideas that you can do for bookish crafts, and we would love to hear from you guys on what might be kind of a cool bookish present to give to people. Let us know. So Elle, talk to me about your plans for this Christmas. What are you doing?
So this Christmas is kind of the normal for us. It's my husband's family doesn't, really do anything for any holidays. So we just do all of my family. And so Christmas, Christmas Eve is actually the bigger day for us. It's only the evening, but it's the most exciting. It's when we all get together as the family, and we only open up a few, like from the aunts and uncles, the grandparents. They open up their gifts, but it's like a smaller. Usually, it's only like pajamas that the kids get to open. But we just binge eat on snacks and everything. Like this,
the way to do it. That's my New Year's.
we binge eat and everything. We eat, drink, and we're merry, and it's just celebrating the time together as a family. And then Christmas has always kind of been like a solo family type thing. We always have gone to my grandparents for brunch in the morning, and then it's usually just done, But we recently started having like Christmas dinner to extend Christmas Day. We never used to, because that used to be a jump around at my my grandmother who passed last year. We used to jump to her house, and like I said, it was crazy. It was crazy, but it's pretty low key now, especially since the families. My sister's her in-laws also don't really do Christmas stuff. So it's just kind of like, it's nice that we stick together because we don't have anything else to do.
That's so fun. My Christmas is going to be crazy busy this year. We've got a new baby, so everybody's coming in, doing all the stuff. We'd actually planned on traveling down to my sister's, but there were some hangups with that. So she's coming up here with her family. So we've got many, many dogs and many, many people all in one house. And then her in-laws are coming for a day to see the baby, and we're doing like all sorts of fun things, and we're hanging out with my cousins, and we're seeing my grandmother and all sorts of fabulous things. I hear after my sister leaves, I am going to do a Christmas escape room because my cousin owns an escape room over in Scranton. So my aunt has decided we are all going over to try to break out of a room, which is going to be lots of fun. And I'm gonna try to avoid people for a few minutes and watch some Christmas movies because I haven't had a chance to do that yet this year. So speaking of that, I want to know, guys, let us know, what are your favorite Christmas movies or TV shows that you have to watch every single year? Elle, how about you?
Oh my gosh, I have not had a chance to watch it yet, and I'm so sad. Like the classic Rankin and Bass movies, like I own them,
Me
but
too.
I haven't been able to like just relax and watch something like that. So
They're
plus
my favorite.
plus the invasion of Disney Plus, like it hasn't really allowed me to watch anything but Disney Plus. So I really need to get on that, and like Santa Claus is Coming to Town and The Year Without Santa Claus. I mean, we know I love The Year Without Santa Claus.
Yep. Me too. I'm such a big fan. I love all those old classics.
Like all of them. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot the one, Nestor. That one.
I love Nestor the long-eared Christmas donkey. I love it. I love it so much.
And oh my god, the first Christmas snow, is that what that one was? Yep, yeah, that one.
The little drummer boy
movie anymore either.
I know. And Rudolph, I love the Rudolph movies.
The original Rudolph, the original Frosty.
Yeah.
I can't say oatmeal without going oatmeal. Like my kids had no idea. They're like, "Why are you saying it like that?" And then I was like, "You don't remember that?" And I played it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oatmeal."
There was a time back in the day. Gosh, when was it? I think I was interning in college. Man, that was a long time ago. And so I was doing a Christmas party where I was interning, and they had a quiz, and they were asking questions, and like people didn't know it. And it was before the game, and I was like, they were reading off the cards, and I answered every single one from all those old stop motion classic Christmas ones, like even the most obscure things. They're like, "How do you know this?" And I'm like, "I'm just a fan."
Oh yeah, that was like my childhood, adulthood. Yep. Like I love those.
I have to watch them every year. I love them. Those are my favorites. Like I can live if I don't see the rest of them, but I gotta see those old classics. Have to watch them. But of course, if we're talking about the more recent ones, big fan of Elf here. I'm just saying, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Oh yes, I love Elf. Elf is actually, he represents me in so many ways. Like when it comes to
you and your sugar.
I'm not as crazy about sugar as what he is, but I do love myself some chocolate. Not really a huge fan of maple. I'm sorry. I know I live in New England and I should like maple, but just not a huge fan. But I do love Buddy the Elf because Christmas is my favorite, and I do love singing Christmas carols, which brings me to a question. Do you love singing Christmas carols?
So much. I love going out. I live in the country, so we don't like get to do it as often, but I love going out Christmas caroling. It's a little bit dangerous on our roads because they're icy as anything. But when I was little, I loved going out caroling. I was always in our church's musicals. Even in college, I had a family from my church there who adopted me. And so I would go over and hang out with them all the time. And I organized a caroling night within their complex thing. So we walked around and we would sing at all the different houses, and all the charming little people would run out to give us money. And we'd say, no, we're just doing it for fun. Please take your money back inside. It was so much fun, though. I love singing. I sing Christmas year round. I'm just saying. What about you?
So when I was younger, the church that I was part of actually used to do progressive dinners. And for anybody who does not know what a progressive dinner is, I actually love this idea. And I wish the idea came back and that people would do it. So a progressive dinner is each house that you go to is a course of a meal. So you go to a house that is appetizer. And what we would do is we would stop in front of the first progressive house, and you would carol outside, and then you'd go in and eat, and then you'd shuffle all the way back outside. And it was spread across, so we'd actually have to file all in a van. And then you'd go to the next stop, and that would be like your main course. And it just like it progressed into like the full meal. So you're constantly moving from house to house and caroling. And we used to do that like a couple years in a row. We did that, and I actually love that.
I love that. That's so much fun. And I feel like because singing and food is such like a big part of Christmas traditions for everybody, we should probably talk about some food. Food is kind of amazing, and I want to specifically talk about cookies. Are you a cookie person when it comes to Christmas?
They have to be, if I make them, yes. So I grew up with fancy cookies because my mother is also a cookie snob. So she would actually make like Pfeffernuss cookies, which are amazing German cookies. My mother is many things, but she like really honed on to her grandfather's German heritage, and she would make Pfeffernuss cookies and like what are they called? Like Russian tea cakes or something. Like they were so good. So like I grew up on fancy cookies like that. Like my mom's like chocolate chip cookie, like
we get fancy for Christmas, boo.
Exactly. So like if I make my white chocolate cranberry like oatmeal cookies, that is a cookie that I will just like gain 50 pounds eating. Yeah, so it has to be something like really fancy and special, something that you can't just get every year. Don't get me wrong, I love my own chocolate chip cookies that I make because like I put the huge chunks of chocolate and it's dark chocolate. I don't like that milk chocolate stuff.
That's so funny. See, I go fancy with my cookies year round. So for me, Christmas cookies are definitely sugar cookies. And usually I get roped into doing like the fancy sugar cookies with icing, but I like just the sugar cookie that I don't do icing. But I also love like the little wedding cake cookies. Oh my God, so good. Those are like, I can only find those at Christmas time. It's like a seasonal thing from Archway. Love them to death. But usually I do my fancy cookies year round, like your white chocolate chip cranberry. I do that year round. That is year round for me. So Christmas is sugar cookies. But we want to hear from you guys. Let us know, what are your favorite Christmas cookies? Do you make them? Do you buy them? Do you hope people gift them to you? Let us know down in the comments below. We would love to hear from you guys. We're talking all about Christmas today. We're going to switch gears just a little bit because we got some fun games that we're going to do as we hang out for our Christmas party 2019. So Elle, tell us a little bit about our game.
So this is kind of a character interview. Well, not kind of, it is. We are going to be interviewing two characters today. We will be interviewing my Etienne Mercier, who is from my game of Bezique, which was in our circus anthology. And Cam, we will be interviewing who today?
Sienna. She is from Blood is Silent, and she is my circus story as well. We did that for our Cirque du Bal Mystique anthology. And she is actually Little Red Riding Hood as a circus aerialist.
Okay, so let's get started because I do have quite a bit of questions and the fun is going to roll. So why don't you introduce yourself, or we're going to speak to you as if you are, since we can't.
Because it's one of those awkward things like, so Sienna.
Yeah, so Sienna, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do?
Am I actually talking like Sienna, or I'm like, Sienna is? I don't know.
Do you want to be Sienna?
I could be Sienna.
That means I have to put on a French accent and be like, mon ami.
Can we do the interview this way? I like this. Do you actually want to do that, or you want to be like, they are?
You can reply like we can kind of like role play. Like,
do it? Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna do it. Hey, I'm Sienna. I am an aerialist in the circus. My color happens to be red because we all have specific colors within the circus. My grandmother is the one who trains all of us, and right now I've got a really cool show going on where I use the silks and I use the lyra and I float up in the air and do some amazing things. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Etienne, introduce yourself.
Let me okay. My name is Etienne, and I
love this.
Some may call me a street rat, but I have to make a living somehow. And I'm hiding a secret. I'm a fae, and they're hunting fae right now during, it's a witch hunt, but really they're just hunting down fae. So I've got to con and make a living on the street. I try to protect my own kind when I can. And basically, if I can get a money out of you, I'm going to. But I'm going to say this. I con the wrong guy or the right guy, depending on how you look at it. And somehow I got roped into working into the circus. And it's just, it whisked me away. And I kind of love it, actually. But I can tell you this. It changed my life, and I can't really say if it's for the better or worse. So, Sienna, I cannot wait to hear your answer for the next question, which is, what is your favorite thing to eat around the holidays?
Cookies. I absolutely love my cookies. If you give me anything with sugar, I'm a happy girl. How about you?
Well,
Your puppies.
There is a bad hound. Maggie May. The Bouche de Noël.
Again, if you've got questions for us, you can drop those down too. We'll get those answered for you in character.
The Bouche de Noël is a fancy French pastry.
Ooh.
And that is what Etienne. Yes.
We're bad at this. Should we just answer this? Should we just answer this in terms of our characters? Because this in-character thing. We're having some trouble with it. Merry Christmas, guys.
What is on top of your wish list this year, Sienna?
Fancy new pair of shoes. I don't get to wear them while I'm up on my silks, so I kind of like to wear them around the tent when we're just walking around without our show going on.
I would like harmony to be amongst fae folk and humankind, which sounds really lame and really cheesy, but I am kind of cheesy. And I'm tired of running and having to hide and the other people trying to hide too. I just want all of this war to stop. So, Sienna, if you're expected at a party, are you late or are you on time?
I show up on time because I like people to hang out with me for as long as possible. So I don't like making people wait on me. I like to show up and I like to see everything and make sure I don't miss any of the drama or any of the fun. How about you?
I show up on time if I can help it. I can't help if bad luck finds me and I'm late, but I like to be punctual. All right, Sienna, what is your fondest memory surrounding the holiday season?
Ooh, the entire circus gets together and we sing carols on the night of the show before Christmas. How about you?
My fondest time was actually before my parents were killed and during the whole hunting the fae down. We used to go caroling, and really we would have a feast at home. We didn't have much, but to me it was always a feast. And my mom used to make all of the little trinkets she used to gift out to friends and family. So that is something that I still hold near and dear to my heart. Sienna, are you a fan of eggnog or no?
No, not me. How about you?
No. I'm not a fan of eggnog.
See, This is why we get along so well.
Sienna, there's mistletoe hanging in the doorway. Are you going to kiss the person beside you or not?
Yes, I am. I most certainly am. How about you?
Yes, I am French. I'm going to take that opportunity and kiss somebody.
Not even a question. Not even a question.
Sienna, it's snowing outside. Are you out there playing in it or refusing to step outside until the season turns?
Oh, I'm absolutely outside making snowballs and harassing the rest of the team. I usually instigate it. And then I like to build a snowman when we're done, but only after I sent some of the boys inside with injuries.
My kind of lady. I am also playing outside in the snow. If I can get into a snowball fight and win and maybe cheat with my magic, I will.
That's not fair. You get magic.
Well, I can show you later.
Yes. Oh, hold a spin on the show. I love it.
If you could, sorry, if you could ask for anything for Christmas, what would it be and why?
That's a very hard question that I don't have an answer for. I would ask. Oh, I know exactly what I would ask for. I would ask for my grandmother's vision to return. Right now, she has a very hard time seeing things. She kind of identifies us by the colors that we wear, which is why we have specific colors. And sometimes that gets her into trouble, which gets me into trouble. So I would love for her to be able to see again. That would be at the top of my list. How about you?
If I could have anything for Christmas, it would be to change the fates. And that's, if I could have anything, I would definitely change the fates. All right. What kind of shopper are you? Do you plan ahead of time or do you rush in a last minute effort?
Oh, I'm definitely a planner. I like to have my lists. I like to go through and check everything off and have everything ready weeks before Christmas. So I'm definitely one of those like in advance kind of gals. How about you?
It depends. It depends. Sometimes it's a spur of the moment thing. Like if I see something that I know a loved one will really want and need, I'll grab it. But I usually plan these things out in advance. So, Sienna, did you ever believe in Santa? If so, how old were you when you stopped believing?
Who says I stopped?
Again, I think maybe we should go on a date because I agree. That is my answer too.
It could be a fun spin-off. We should do some fanfic of this. Someone should write that for us.
I feel bad for anybody tuning in who just doesn't know that I'm etching right now.
If you're just joining us, we're doing character interviews. Ask us questions. We're answering in character.
I'm a married
What else you got? Keep going.
Who in your immediate circle is most likely to go caroling?
Everyone. All of my people, except for a couple of the new guys. We're always down for caroling. How about you?
I think everybody, maybe Lily would give me a little bit of a hard time, but I think she would even enjoy caroling when she relaxed. Maybe had a little bit of eggnog or mulled cider. If you could cast your acquaintances, including yourself, in Scrooge, who would play the roles?
Oh man, that's so hard. Mostly because I don't remember all the roles.
Scrooge, Cratchit, Tiny Tim, Marley, and the ghosts. We'll go with those.
So Ephraim would definitely be one of the ghosts. Elijah would probably play one of the ghosts because he wouldn't want to be involved. We'd have to give him a small little part. The girls would definitely get in on being some of the ghosts. I feel like our ringmaster would definitely play Scrooge for no other reason than it's the main part. And grandmother would probably orchestrate the entire thing and dictate everyone's roles anyway. So she would definitely get in there, and she would have to play someone, one of the ghosts probably. She would come out as Jacob Marley probably. That's just the way that would go, I think. How about you?
Let's see. Lily would be Scrooge.
Yes.
Don't let her hear that. I would be Bob Cratchit. And Taurus would be Tiny Tim. The Ghost of Christmas Past. The Ghost of Christmas Past would be Marie. The Ghost of Christmas Present would be Weaver. The Ghost of Christmas Future would be Lucille, since she already kind of told my future, and I wasn't a fan of it. So, and then Jacob Marley would be, if we're going with the Muppet version where there are two, Heckle and Jekyll, Weaver's, little henchmen. I think they would be Jacob Marley. All right, and here is the last one. If there's anything you, Sienna, would like to tell us about the Christmas holiday that we should know, now is your time.
Well, my favorite part is decorating the Christmas tree, and I love creating homemade ornaments for it. So I always encourage people to create a brand new ornament every single year and decorate it. And that's kind of nice because if you make it, it usually is a little less breakable, so we can travel with it as the circus is moving around. How about you?
I try to keep traditions alive because once my parents passed away, it was very hard times for us. And I had a family that took me in, but they were really putting themselves at risk. And I eventually got kicked out. So I tried to keep my own traditions alive, and I would make ornaments with things that I'd find around, with cogs, and I'd make wreaths and everything. I can be pretty crafty too. So I think, again, we should maybe get together and do some crafting. Maybe later if you're free.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's do it.
But I tried to keep traditions alive, and maybe we can start a new one.
Sounds like fun. This has been a super fun character interview as per our fabulous Elle Beaumont. We have some people joining us late. We're excited to see you guys. We are celebrating Christmas. We're all decked out in our Christmas gear. We've talked about traditions. We're talking about how we're celebrating this year. We've talked about cookies. We've talked about all sorts of fun, fabulous things, including our announcement of our brand new spin-off podcast, Hey, I'm Writing, coming out in January. But we want to hear from you before we sign off. We're on for just another minute or two. We want to hear from you guys. Do you have Christmassy questions for us? And Connie says she's late because of the snow. Elle, is it snowing where you are?
It is not snowing where I am. Thankfully, it's supposed to be snowing later. I think that's the snow that you were getting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I had weird snow yesterday. Right now it's okay, but I'm actually getting 2 inches overnight tonight. So just in time for Christmas. Yes.
The rain just washed it away, and now it's going to come back.
I know. We just got rid of it. We just got our grass back, but no, now we have to deal with the snow. But I mean, technically, I live in the world that is Winter Wonderland. If you guys missed my earlier shout out, my hometown is where that was written about. So if you are a fan of the Winter Wonderland Christmas song, it's here. It's our Central Park. I can show it to you guys. So it's probably one of those have to have snow things. I'm moving south, guys. It's happening. Let us know. Do you have any last minute Christmas presents for us as we wrap up our 2019? In 2020, we've got some major things planned, including our Hey, I'm Writing podcast. We're doing even more episodes of Young Adults Edition with authors that you do not want to miss. We got some really big names and awesome people hanging out, and we're so excited for what is coming. We've got some big secrets, some big events, some big interviews, and we're really excited for this. And we can't wait for you to join us in 2020. We will be coming back in the new year as we're doing all sorts of really cool things. Connie's in the comments saying, is it acceptable to bring a book to a holiday party, physical or on your phone? Elle, do you want to answer this one first?
I would say yes, because I do not like to people. I'm very social phobic, so if I'm not comfortable, I would probably hide in a corner on the stairs. I'm known for hiding on the stairs at parties, and I would whip my phone out and read. Definitely. I wouldn't bring a physical, but I would definitely whip out my phone and catch up on Air Awakens. Shout out, Elise.
If you haven't checked out that episode, make sure you do. As an author, as a book person, I must say it is absolutely okay to be bringing books to a party. As a hostess, I probably would frown upon that. I don't necessarily want you distracted if I'm hosting a really cool Christmas party. But as someone who's trying to sell books, please take my books to parties. And hey, if you've got tips on sneaking a physical book into a party without getting caught, please let me know. I will totally.
Well, kudos to anybody who can get away with reading a physical book at a party and isn't bothered, because people like hone in on me like, ooh, let's go find her. She wants to be alone. No, I'm totally fine being alone.
I'm good, guys. Enjoy the party. Hey, look, cookies over there. Bye.
Like, I'm on the stairs for a reason. I'm not here.
I'm trying to hide. Thank you. But no, I'm definitely down if you are bringing digital books. That's the way to do it. You can hide and just be like, no, I'm answering a text from my friend. They're saying Merry Christmas. Is my friend a fictional character? Yes. I didn't ask that question. No. Let us know. Do you guys sneak parties? Nope. Do you sneak books into parties? Do you sneak parties into books? I do that.
I do that too.
I do. I've got a whole bunch of books where I've snuck parties into them because fun and pretty dresses. Let us know, though. Do you bring books to the parties that you attend? I would love to hear from you guys. Let us know your tips on getting books into parties and how you can maybe get a little alone time to read them. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So, Elle, any last thoughts before we sign off? Any Christmas wishes for our fans?
I'm just going to wish you guys a happy and safe Christmas and holidays and a happy new year. And I will see you guys in the new year. So be safe. And I send you all my warmest thoughts and hugs across the internet waves.
And I second that. I hope you guys all have a fantastic Christmas. We will be on social media between now and Christmas, so you will be able to see more of us. We'll be doing behind the scenes. We'll be doing those pretty bookish Christmassy photos. Jenny has shown up. Hey, girl, we're excited to see you. You can always watch the rebroadcast because we dropped major news today, especially at the beginning of the show. You don't want to miss it because we've got some cool things happening, like a spin-off podcast. I'm just saying we're really excited for this one, and major people we are bringing to you in 2020. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know how you're celebrating Christmas. How are you celebrating New Year's? We would love to hear from you, and we'll be back in January with the show. When we come back, you need to know that we're actually going to be moving from facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks to facebook.com/Young Adult Edition. We are opening up the social media platforms for Young Adult Edition. We've got the website built out for you guys. We're doing quizzes. We're doing articles. We're doing all sorts of amazing things. And now we're going live through the Young Adult Edition platform. So we are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We're on Twitter. And we are on YouTube. Make sure you come check it out. We're breaking all the latest book world news. We've got our fabulous team of reporters working. And if you want to join our team of reporters, come hang out with us over at youngadultedition.com/join the team. All the information is over there. We've got big things coming in 2020, including some incredible authors that have agreed to come on the show that we met at really big places who were doing really big things. And like, y'all know them. They're from the biggest houses in the industry. You don't want to miss out. So make sure you go over to Young Adult Edition and hang out on all of our social media platforms because we're dropping all the news over there, plus new episodes of our brand new podcast, Hey, I'm Writing, and behind the scenes extras, weekly book releases, all sorts of amazing things you do not want to miss out. 2020 is the year for Young Adult Edition to grow, and we would love for you to join the team. So come check it out if you want to come hang out with us. We wish you all the merriest of Christmases, and we cannot wait to see you again in the new year. Until then, hang out on our social media platforms. Elle, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at ellebeaumontbooks.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, which is Elle Beaumont Books. You can find me on Twitter, which is Elle Beaumont. You can find me on YouTube for unboxings, behind the scenes, and soon, once I actually have a steady voice, some book recommendations and other things. And you can also find me on TikTok, which is Elle Beaumont Books, and I need to get my button gear on there too.
We'll be doing all the Christmassy lip syncs this week, so come check that out. You can hang out with our co-host who has a sick kid today and is not with us, Amber Ardul, over on her website and on her social media platforms. You can hit her up on Facebook at Amber Ardul Author, and her other social media is variations of Amber Ardul Author, which I don't know off the top of my head, but you can go check out her Facebook and her website and then get that from there. And of course, you can come hang out with me at camrobinsonbooks.com, where I've got world portals, behind the scenes videos, there's book readings, there's character art, there's fan art, there's all sorts of trailers and games, interactive choose your own adventure games. I would love for you guys to come hang out. And hit me up at KM Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV, YouTube, and TikTok for all of the fun and lip-syncy goodness over on TikTok. We will see you guys again in January on Facebook.com/Young Adult Edition. Don't miss out. Come follow us on all the social media platforms and stay tuned because we are dropping big, major, huge news over the next couple of weeks as we gear up for Christmas. Until then, Merry Christmas, guys, and we'll see you in 2020. Bye-bye.